Hey guys, thought I would start a video in the same way that everybody else starts it and be like, hey guys, you know how lame that is. Anyways, wanted to do an update on this bag for quite a while. It's the PGYTECH OneMo backpack. I've been using this 8-9 months, I'm not even sure, on a basic daily use. It goes in and out of my vehicle up to 10 times a day. It gets carried everywhere. And in that time, I found a few things that I absolutely hate about this bag. And I want to show those to you because, hey, I don't get paid to do these. I bought this bag with my own money, and it's one of those things. But before I forget it, I do want to show this pocket. It has little magnetic clasps. I don't know if people showed that off before or not, but I never use it. What would I put in there? Can you think of something I'd put in there? I don't know. It's not in the way or anything, but I never use it. And it's, you can fit 2 fingers above the magnet, below the magnet. What would I put in there? I don't want to lose stuff, but it is cool looking. I'm filming right now on my little gimbal. That little gimbal, cell phone gimbal, packs up, goes in this pocket here. As well as this little extra flash bag that I put my wireless mic and receiver kit for my cell phone in there. And then this bottom, sometimes it'll have other gear floating around down there for like flash mounts, another little gimbal item, not a gimbal item, a little tripod, one of those flexible wrap it around stuff tripod. Hey, if you want to put a thumbs down or complain about this video because I'm horrible at this, go ahead. Or complain about my breathing. So, material here, this is always going on its face everywhere it goes. It's actually holding up really well. I can't complain about that. But what I can complain about, where do we start? Let's flip this girl over here. These extra straps, they're needed. I don't know of a better way to manage it than what I have, but there's just enough here when this is undone, and I have an S hook up here. Not sure if you can see that. Just quick off of Amazon, little S hook that I hook onto to keep these somewhat out of the way. When that's off, it gets caught in the zipper quite often. And the zippers are okay. They aren't the world's best. They aren't bad. They're okay, but this getting caught there is kind of a complaint. Another thing, anybody tell me what these are for? I've never used them. There's one there, one there. That's the way it came on the bag. And for some reason, I don't want to get rid of them because there has to be a use for them, right? I need to get rid of them. The next complaint that I have, and the one that pisses me off the most, see if we can get to where you can see into this. Can you see that divider in here, that flap right there? Every time, or at least 90% of the time, when I go to put my laptop in here, or I ask my wife to put it in here, that laptop grabs this and you fight with it. It doesn't just slide as easy as what you think it would, considering it's got good space here. It should work. It doesn't. I understand the purpose of this slightly, but it's a waste. It's going to get cut out. Another thing is the dark material. Dark material looks cool in a sense, but in low light situations, I cannot find lens caps or other black items real easy in the bottom of it because it's black. We're fairly well lit right now, so obviously you can see it, but once you get old and blind, you can tell. It would have been nice if this was a lighter color. This section up here, let me scoot this back a little. The way I have these Velcroed on here, this does not stay tight. It's just not quite enough Velcro. This is moving all the time. That annoys me. It hasn't caused much of any problems. These have only come completely undone once or twice in the past 8-10 months, and a lens may, move a little bit. But I also unzip just the top and reach out these 2 lenses, which happen to be like my 35 and my 23 sits there, so I can fluctuate back and forth with those. And this section here is just big enough that the 16 to 80 or 10 to 24 will fit there. I don't carry it there, but if I'm working out the top of the bag a little bit, that works in that area. That works well that way. So those are my complaints. Those are my dislikes. What do I like about the bag? Oh, people are gonna start messaging and talking now. Anyways, what I like about the bag is this thing can hold a lot. And I'm sure you can kind of see that. So I was called today to come talk to a business owner. I've worked with this business owner quite a bit. I know he has a few projects in the air. I didn't know what he wanted to possibly cover today and stuff. This is the kit that I bring on. I don't know for sure what the heck I'm going to be doing, but I don't want to be without something. So I have a flash. Nice lens cloth. Always, you'll find cloths like that stuffed around my bag everywhere, just because I like to have it handy. This can be used on camera, off camera. I also have the wireless trigger there, as well as a reflector back here, as well as a little stand back here. So I don't know if you've seen that or not. So you can start seeing that you can start packing really, really well and be prepared for quite a bit with that. And now we're getting calls. Let's see if we can decline that. Holy smokes. Sorry about the interruptions. 16 to 80 lens. Good for video, good for all around, good for parades. I use it a lot in parades. Not the best indoors because the f4 just wish had a little bit more light collection, but not bad. 35 f2. This lens goes almost everywhere with me. It is a fantastic, fantastic lens. 10 to 24, get nice wide angle shots, environmental shots, things like that. Perfect. Little blower, blow the lenses off and stuff. More lens cloths. This compartment here I have set to where it can actually flip. Can you see that back there? Let's lift that up a little for you. So it flips down. So now that 10 to 24 will actually sit on top of there, and I can use, I can put another small lens under there, or I have a little mirror thing that goes on the hot shoe flash of my camera to be able to look at for blogging and stuff. Little bag that is microfiber, so it works as a cleaning cloth as well. Those are handy to have around to be able to put things in. My camera, X-T3 with battery grip. I'll show more on that in a second. 90 millimeter. This lens is phenomenal. I love it. I take it more places than I need to because it's one of those just in case. Like today, it really didn't need to come. Again, this compartment is set to be able to flip to where I can split it and run two different things there. 50 to 140. This lens is fantastic. This lens happens to be, if you've seen my other video, great size to run up here as well instead of the flash there, depending on what we're doing. And again, more little bags and lens cleaning cloths. They're just kind of scattered. The little divider thing here, let's see if we can get to where you guys can see that. This cloth bag that comes with the PGYTECH. I very seldom use it. Sometimes I'll put things in there. I honestly don't even know what's in there right now. Probably a lens cap or something. And the Velcro's, yeah, a lens cap, is just, I don't know. It's not quite perfect. Sticks too much up here right now, probably because I never use it. But organization on this thing, as you can tell, is a beast. I mean, I can pack enough to cover any event necessary in this backpack and not really want for anything. You know, I usually carry this with me, so I will put another flash here where the camera is at times just because this is always on my body. Things like that. So it's very, very versatile. The back of the bag is another extremely good thing. One, being a fat guy. As you all complain about my heavy breathing and all that good stuff. Shoulder straps are impossible for me to find ones that are usable, let alone that I like. These straps are great. I'm not for sure. I mean, it's a combination of everything. The material is flexible enough, but yet doesn't fold onto itself, if that makes sense. Doesn't roll onto itself, going on and off and things. It breathes really well. They work, they hook, they grip, they conform to my shoulders. They're fantastic. I've never had a shoulder strap on any bag whatsoever that work as well as these do. They're great. Another thing is this back panel here, kind of the similar material. I've been hiking with this bag. Being a fat guy, guess what happens when you hike? You sweat. This does a really excellent job of keeping some air flowing, but also not sitting so tight where you get a ton of sweat transfer, which I think is disgusting and I hate it. And that's one thing that I'm always cautious of on a backpack is I don't want this thing getting nasty, stinky, smelly, disgusting and stuff. And this has done a great job so far. I'm not hiking in it every day. You know, it's once a month I may go on an extended journey or trip where this is on my back for, you know, an hour, 2 hours, something like that. This pocket up here sounds like it'd be greatly useful. I never use it. It's not in the way or anything. It's just small enough to where business cards are a struggle to get in and out of there. So I don't put business cards there. It's just, I've put a pocket knife on there while hiking and things, but I never use it. If you could tell me a good use for that, I think I've put a battery in there a couple of times as well. When when I'm backpacking without the battery grip, I'll put a battery in there because it's a Fuji X-T3. Battery's going to die here in a few minutes, kind of thing. As you can see, like my cross strap here, this side's short. I got everything tied into those S-hooks there to keep it somewhat out of the way. It is nice that these will tuck down in here. So if I'm doing a lot of stuff, the problem is there's not quite enough room the way that it's set up to tuck it very far without this being too tight because it's so short. I need to lengthen that up a little bit, which I can do that later. But I'm going to do it now because it annoyed me and, well, I'm that way. The handles on this are, I don't think they're padded. I think it's just rolled towards 2 or 3 layers, but it feels padded. It has a really great grip. This handle in the back is great to use. I love how this is because, like I said, it's going in and out of the vehicle, you know, multiple times in a day, or getting tossed on the ground over here, picked up, drug over there. It goes everywhere with me, so that's fantastic. Still want to know what these things are for. Somebody has to tell me. They annoy me. The rain cover down here, this is the second or third time I've taken it out. I don't go purposely shooting in the rain. I've been in light rains a few times, drizzles quite a few times, sprinkles, things like that. I've never covered the bag. I've never had a problem or an issue with it, anything inside getting wet. But then again, I'm not hitting a downpour. I'm not taking the risk. Nobody's paying me enough for my photos to take that gamble. Just not going to happen. Side pockets here are handy. This one here I don't use for a camera because my camera's too big, but I'll carry SD cards, sometimes a solid state hard drive, business cards, things like that in that pocket, so it's easy to get to. This pocket here, my camera goes in there, and you can see even with the battery grip, it does come in and out. You have to angle it a little bit, fairly easy. These pockets here for the Fuji are perfect because they just hold 2 batteries in there. And if you're shooting all day or multiple events back to back to back, I always have at least 3 to 4 batteries here, as well as the 2 in the grip and 1 in the camera. So I have at least 6 to 8 batteries whenever I leave for the day. Just kind of how I work. Again, this pocket here, I never use it. I want to. Tell me what to put in that thing. It'd be cool. As you flip to the other side, This pocket here is fantastic. Again, another one of those handles. I love how that's grabbable there. I wish there was one on the other side. We'll get back to that in a second. Don't worry, I'm not going to forget that one. But I know why they don't have one here, because it would be in the way of these two zippers. You'd be fighting with it. But again, going in and out of a vehicle so much, it would be nice. I would even accept one being right there. But hey, that's life. My gadget pocket. This thing is great. Cable management. There's another spot for other cables being used right now somewhere else. Goes there. More cables in here for different mic setups, different charging cables, things like that. In here, I got another bag. I got some lavalier mics there. This little card reader, and that'll actually fit in here as well, which fits nice. And then I just double back that. But being this size, I save a little space, I feel, there. Business cards. Yes. Keep those in multiple pockets. I usually don't keep too awful many just because I don't want them getting ruined. About 3 per space, so 6 to 8 in the bag total. This pocket here, I only use this for my other Ceremonic wireless transmitter receiver mic setup. The, I don't know, Blink 550 Pro or whatever it is. The one that comes with the box that charges them as well, because I have problems with the Blink 500 holding enough charge. I'm doing few enough videos that if it sits for 2 weeks or so in the bag, those don't hold the charge very well. Again, the material, you can see it's dirty, something's on it, but this stuff's tough. I mean, I haven't had any rips, issues, tears. The threading all seems to still be holding up well. You can see we got a little fuzzies there. But for the use, I like it a lot. The couple of things, you know, I'm going to cut that laptop sleeve out of that section. I've been saying that for a long time just because it's so annoying. These security things here for the zippers to keep people from being able to steal your stuff easier, I never use it. The bag's not that far away from me. Luckily, I live in a pretty safe area. Most all of my shooting is pre-vetted and a pretty safe environment. I usually don't have to worry about any of those issues. I'm not going and shooting downtown some bad rough areas or anything like that. I stay away from that crap just because I don't have to. I'm not gonna. But that's the PGYTECH OneMo, and it's not perfect. It's still, in some ways, it's too big. It's too cumbersome to work out of. I'm still looking for that perfect bag, the one to replace that little ugly Domke bag that I have that just needs to be better. I've been looking at the Wotancraft Pilot and Trooper. Hopefully, maybe they could watch this and tell me whether they would be willing to send me one and let me check it out and see how it compares. Because I just don't have the funds to buy another bag right now. This one's still working really well. But I would like something that's a little easier to work out of with events and stuff where I'm only carrying 2 or 3 lenses that I can, you know, get in and out and shift quicker versus this isn't bad and I can set it up to where it works pretty good, but still lighter's good sometimes, guys. That's all there is to it. I'd appreciate any comments, any questions, any feedback. Even if you're complaining, your complaints just brighten my day. It livens my world. I absolutely love it, especially when you complain about me breathing too heavy or talking too excited. I get excited.